Hello everyone. A follow-up on my previous Ultraviolence video. I did mention how I wanted to do a solo of it possibly, as you know, for fun and as like proof that I can do it too. And boom, that's what I did in this recording that's gonna show up later in the video. And the class that I used, instead of Priest P-Bunny, I used, of course, my favorite class, Warrior, and with the subclass, Rampager. And a reminder again, Ultraviolence gives you the Ultraviolence achievement gives you this, the Jack of all trades boon. And the requirements is to kill 10 or more trainer NPCs and then the Bone Drake. For those who are new to the challenge, I will show you the boon real quick. Jack of all trades, here you go. 3 slots, you gain every single base class and their base weapons. Base class meaning all their skills and such that comes from that class. And a little note before I show you the video and give a little explanation on my strategies and such. This is the boons that I use. Force of Will, Perseverance, Trained, Thick Hide. And I selected these boons because, once again, there's a lot of physical damage dealing enemies. Trained is good because an extra 3 stat points we can invest into strength, which helps you kill the enemies much quicker. Perseverance because you do get low quite often in each of the fights early on in the forest. And Force of Will just to possibly give you that extra chance at coming back from the brink. And these boons are tailored towards both new and late game players. So this is the easiest way you can complete Ultraviolence solo without needing to get some endgame or much more difficult or time consuming boons such as like Potential Bunny and whatnot. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's get to it. Hope you enjoy. A little side note before we begin. This perfect run took me about 100 or so retries and attempts due to the challenge being more RNG dependent instead of the actual challenge being hard itself. With that in mind, let's get to the hardest section of this challenge itself, the forest section. So in the forest, we have 6 trainers that we can encounter max, with the minimum needing to be defeated being 4 trainers. In this run, I did the minimum as I wanted to grab both my subclass and possibly the Goblin Club, which I couldn't due to RNG, but it's fine. For the rest of the video I used the Greatsword and still beat the game with it, making the challenge much easier too, since now you know that you don't actually require the Goblin Club. It's not vital to the whole run, so don't worry. And in the forest section you're able to do 4 other encounters, such as going to the shop, visiting the wizard, and whatnot, before you truly aren't able to complete the challenge anymore. So keep that in mind. If you are not able to get at least 4, just restart the run. The same strat that I used for the stat spread in my boss rush video would be all strength in the forest, all con in the dungeon. And after the forest, the hardest part, the dungeon actually is really easy, since once you get to the dungeon it just becomes a standard solo run with a lot of leeway available for you to do other stuff such as buying heal potions or making them and getting armor. But you do need to pray a little bit, as you can get like a run with 8 out of 10 trainers like I did once, and oh man, that made me so sad. I could have done this solo like ages ago if that didn't happen to me. But yeah, in summary, the forest is the hardest part, but with any good setup, or in my case a brainless warrior setup that is semi-reliant on RNG, then you should be good to go in completing this challenge. And to summarize the order in which I fought every single boss, I did the Bloodkin Warlock with Dio, Assassin, Monk, Druid, then Gloomstalker in the dungeon, Zealot, Drifter, the Knights, Beast, and Necromancer. The difficulty ranking in the forest section, in my opinion, would be Assassin, Dio or the Bloodkin Warlock, Monk, Druid, then Rampager, and then the Fey Wanderer. And honestly, every trainer after the forest becomes really easy. And the rankings there would be the weakest, by the way, it's from weakest to strongest, would be Gloomstalker, Drifter, Beast, Zealot, Necromancer, and then the Knights, with Knights being the hardest encounter in the dungeon. Well, that should be it. I hope and wish you guys good luck on your own Ultraviolence run, whether that be solo or with a team. See you around, and enjoy the rest of the video.